Hi, this is Cynthia de Lorenzi reporting from the Get Radical conference in Washington, D.C. today on behalf of Extra.com and Success in the City. And we thank you for dropping in and joining us. And I am sitting here this morning with Rhonda Britten, who joined us at the conference. And Rhonda, I wanted to ask you, number one, why did you decide and accept the invitation to join us here in Washington for Getting Radical?
Well, first of all, come on, Get Radical. How fantastic is that? And my company is called Fearless Living Institute. So Get Radical, Get Fearless, same message, same on point. And the Get Radical conference is really all about empowering women, and that's what I am committed to.
Absolutely. And you also, so you not only are the author of the book, Fearless Living, you're the founder of the Fearless Living Institute, and you also, we've seen, if you're looking around to go, she looks really kind of familiar to me. Where did I see her? She was on a program called Starting Over.
That's right, Starting Over for 3 seasons. I won an Emmy for that. I was also the life coach for Celebrity Fit Club, and I have 4 books, Fearless Living, Fearless Loving, Change Your Life in 30 Days, and Do I Look Fat in This?
Okay, so we have 5 minutes to change everybody's life right here, yes, including mine.
All right, we can do it. We can do it.
Okay,
we can do it. We can do it.
Number one.
Number one is, in order to change your life, you have to recognize that there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just fear. You know, too many people blame themselves for their life, right? They worry, they have regret, they compare, they beat themselves up, they say, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get this right? I'm damaged, I need to be fixed, blah, 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 right? It's our negative self-talk, right?
Absolutely.
We all know we do it, right? But the difference is we actually buy into it and believe it. So what I'm challenging you to do, and what I'm inviting everyone to do, is to really recognize that you're beating yourself up because that's the voice of fear. And I want you to start recognizing your own voice. That voice of fear is not you. It is not your voice. You would never tell yourself you're stupid. You would never tell yourself you're a procrastinator. You would never tell yourself you're lazy. You would never tell yourself you're damaged, ever. Who and what is telling you that is fear. Because fear wants to keep you safe. It has a job to do, and it will use everything to save you, to keep you safe.
Okay, so it almost sounds like we have personified fear. It's like we need
right.
to go put a wig and a face
That's
right.
on
it and a dress or a coat or whatever.
That's right.
And personify it. So and put that right at the table with you.
That's
and
right.
say, fear, is this you telling me I can't do this?
That's right. And you can tell when it's the voice of fear versus your voice.
How can you tell?
Very easily. Voice of fear always has a little shame to it. It's always shaming you a little bit, disempowering you. So the voice of fear will say things like, you can't do that. Who do you think you are, right? Now, your intuition, the voice of spirit, the voice of freedom, your internal, your voice, your own voice, may say, you might not want to do that yet, but it won't say, because you know you can't do it. It'll say, maybe you want to think about it. There will be no shame. There'll be no disempowerment. There'll be nothing wrong with you. You aren't flawed. There's nothing wrong with you. Fear will always say, well, you can't do it. So whenever you hear that shaming quality, whenever you hear that blaming quality, whenever you hear that little put down, that trying to keep you on the right track, got to keep those shoulds going on, you know that's the voice of fear. That is not your voice. Do not listen. Do not listen. See it as a guidance system, because that's really what I want to educate people on, is understand that fear is just a guidance system. It's really just there to let you know that you're in the unknown. It's just trying to keep you safe. That's its job. It's just trying to keep you safe. It can be re-educated fairly easily once you see it for what it is, but too often we cave and buy in, and again think it's the voice we should listen to. It's a sign.
So when fear sits at your table, you should say, thanks for showing up.
Thank you. Love you.
Yeah.
Love you.
Don't need you right now. Out the door.
That's
right. I'm taking control, and I can do it.
This is my life.
Right.
And fear will get worse before it gets better. It'll be like, oh, you think you're all fancy. Oh, you just think you can. No. And you go, you know what? Love you, fear. Love you, fear. You're great, and I really appreciate you, and you're really awesome, and I got this. And fear will try to talk you, but this is the cool thing. All you have to do is outlast it.
Oh, okay.
And then it's re-educated, and it really goes, oh, she was okay. I guess I don't have to warn her about that anymore.
You know, one of the things I find for women is that one of their greatest fears is what other people think about them. And
Absolutely.
This is what I always tell women. It is none of your business what somebody else thinks about you.
That's right.
They don't like you, that is none of your business.
I couldn't agree more.
Is that one of the fear factors?
Absolutely. You know, we have this world of shoulds, right? We were indoctrinated when we were little to be this particular type of woman, right? Whatever your particular type is, whether it's to be the smartest, whether it's to be the prettiest, whether it's to be the most together. We're all told something to be a certain type, to be a certain personification of womanhood, right? And that basic personification that we think we're supposed to be is probably actually keeping you stuck and small. If you actually were more interested in discovering who you are, the uniqueness of you, and really deciding, okay, you know what, I am going to live the rest of my life fully expressing me. Because that to me is a definition of success. Success in the city for me, being successful, is really about full self-expression. And so if you're willing to fully express yourself, to practice expressing who this being is, to discover who you are, man, the life you will have, wow. And you will
It's a perfect place
so
to
enjoy
leave our interview today. So, wow, the life you're going to live, if you can get rid of fear, tell it's no longer invited at your door.
That's right.
Just tap into your instincts. Rhonda, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to visit with us this morning. Your comments are powerful.
Thank you.
They're life-changing. I know we did get radical with you starting our day, and I thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And signing off here from Extra.com, Success in the City, and Getting Radical.